This video will go over how to update our world. So we send to update the world and the command. In our last function, we created our list of commands, and we created a command to go to the room that we wanted to go to. Looking at the tutorial, after getting the options, the next one is updating the world. So we could say if the command equals quit, then we're going to set the world status to quit and you quit the game. So I'm just going to grab this code and put it into Thonny for my update right here. Now notice that this quit is lowercase and the quit we put into here is uppercase. This is very important. You've got to match everything. I've decided I'm just going to make everything lowercase because that sounds good to me. Then if the command is quit, that's what if the person enters quit, then I want to change the status of the world to quit. As a reminder, status over here when we start is always playing. But there are other statuses that it can be, which this is not showing. So there are 4 different statuses that we can be. When we start, we set the status to playing. But now when the user chooses quit, we can quit. Otherwise, they win or they lose. For the test cases, it will be looking for WIN, exactly that, and that you have that in the string that you print out. So when creating your game, make sure that you use one of these 4 for each, that you use all 4. When creating your own game, you will need to use all 4 of these. So going back to Thonny, then my status gets changed to quit, and then I return out of here, and this returns update. It changes something in our world, in our dictionary, and we should return a string that lets the user know that we changed something. So right here, that is what we're doing. We changed the world and we returned a message to the user. Now, other commands that could come in here are the ones that we set up to go to the rooms. So I have mine that go to the location in the room. So I could check if the command starts with, so command is a string, starts with go to. Now I would have to make sure that everything I did matched. So it does start with go to the. I could even put the in there. Starts with go to the. Then I could maybe create my own function. Again, here we're doing function decomposition. I want to call my own function that's going to do something. So that is what the tutorial is here stating here. We're going to create our own function that goes up here. So we're going to just return whatever this function returns. So they called it goto, and we'll do the same thing. Bring that into Thonny. Here, if this function if the command starts with go to the, then we're going to call this. That means I need to create the goTo method, and I'll put it right before, or the goTo function. It means you need to create the goTo function. Now the command that I got sent is the same command that I got sent here, but now I'm going to work with it here. And so looking at the tutorial again, then they said, okay, well, we're going to update our dictionary as to the location we're in. That means, well, I'm going to fix this part here. I need to get the location out of this string right here. So I think I'm going to do get command dot split, and that will put it into a list. So instead of saying new location here, I'm going to say command list is equal to splitting that up. Then my location is 0, 1, 2, 3 is the third thing. So it's equal to command list at 3. Now notice I just changed the code that I grabbed from the tutorial. It's all on how you write it. You need to make sure that you just match everything to what makes sense to you. So going back into Thonny here, I'm going to say go to the world at the player and change their location. So it's equal to the new location that I just got out of my list. And then I'm going to say you went to the new location. Well, testing this code is going to be a little bit interesting. Oh, I already have my test code down here. And move it from here. Okay, and get options. We did the goTo, you went to new location. So in update, if the command starts with goTo that, then return goTo the world location. If it doesn't have a quit or it doesn't have a command here, then we're going to return unknown command. You are later going to fill this in with all the stuff that you can put into your inventory or that allows you to go to the next room. If the command is pick up key, then what are you going to do? So this will end up being a list of if statements. So to test, update, I'm going to get my options. That returns a list of options, right? Now that I have my options, I'm going to say for option in options, I'm going to call, what's this called? Update. Sending it the world and the option that I just got out of my list. Let's run this code and see what we get. Awesome. I have you quit the game. You went to the gold, you went to the silver, you went to the pits, you went to the building. So I tested all my options and I got out exactly what I wanted to get out of each one of them. So I feel pretty good about this. This isn't a thorough testing of it. because we should test out what happened in the world. So for the player location. So we could print out more stuff about the world, making sure that the world player changed. So where I print out my options, I'm going to make sure that the world changed. And then maybe I also want to, well, maybe that's enough testing. I can run that. And I can see that the world did change. I went to the gold and it changed to gold. I went to silver, it changed to silver, pits in the building. So great way to test your code, make sure that you changed what you needed to. And that is the end of Get Options.